All right, number 15. We see that we have 4 solutions and 2 of them are real. That means 2 of them are imaginary, so I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula at some point. I wish I had more space. So we'll start over here. Okay, but I know x equals -2, and it also equals 3. So I'm going to use synthetic division now. Yeah, the space is terrible, isn't it? I'm going to start with -2. Okay, we'll do it right here. And we've got 1, -2, -1, 2, and -24. So we drop this down. This is a -2, -4, 8, 7, -14, -12, 24. Okay, so there's one of them. I'm going to do it again with 3. So we drop down the 1, so 3, -1, -3. This is a 4, so 12. And we have a 0 again, which is what we want. Now we're left with what we use the quadratic formula for. And if you look at it, I could put the x's back in it. This would be x squared minus x plus 4. But it's kind of nice. This tells me what a, b, and c are. That's a, that's b, and that's c. So I'm going to come over here. X equals -b, so a -1 is 1, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, over 2a. So x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 16 is -15 over 2. So x equals 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 15 over 2. So you could write it like this. Sometimes it's easier though to write it like this. If I pull the 2 out in the front, then I have 1/2 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 15. And those are my other 2. So here's 2, or I guess either one of these is fine. There's 2 solutions, and there are the other 2 solutions. 2 are real, 2 are imaginary in there somewhere. Okay. X cubed plus 1. Now we've got a couple of options here too. We could just factor it, but I know that's not everyone's favorite. So I'm going to use synthetic division again with -1, because that's one of my x's. So I have -1, but just remember, if you're doing synthetic division with this, you've got an x cubed, but you have to put zeros in for the other terms, okay? So I have a 1 for x cubed, I have 0 for x squared, 0 for x, and then 1. So here I have 1, this is going to be -1, -1, this is 1, 1, -1. Lots of, it looks like binary, doesn't it? Okay, so this is technically x squared minus x plus 1. And this is what we're going to use the quadratic formula on again. So this is my a, this is b, this is c. So x equals -1. I feel like I just did this. Did I just do this? -1 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 1, minus 4 times, oh no I didn't, 4 times a times c, all over 2a, and a is 1. So x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4, which is -3 over 2. So there's 2 of my answers, and my other 1 answer is right here. So x equals -1, and you could write this a different way. You could do 1/2, 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 3. I forgot that last step. Over here, 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 3 over 2. Okay, let's do another one. This one is also a cube, so it means we're going to have 3 roots. Only one is positive. So, have -1. Did I say only one is positive? I meant to say only one is real. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so here we have 1, -2, 2, and 5. So we drop down the 1, -1, -3. This is a 3. This is a 5, -5, 0. So I'm left with x squared minus 3x plus 5, which again, there's my A, there's my B, there's my C. So x equals -b, so a -3 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times A times C over 2A, or 2 times 1. X equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 20 over 2. 9 minus 20 is 11. So I have here x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of -11 over 2. So x equals 3 plus or minus I times the square root of 11 over 2. So there's 2 of my answers, and my other answer is -1. All right. Okay. I will start up on number 18 in the next video.